Hey,
right. Okay, looks like we're live.
yeah, we are.
All right, all right. So I'm here with Malice on the Brandon Zone.
What up,
Uh,
Will?
I appreciate you coming on, Malice, man. How you doing?
No problem, man. I'm doing excellent, man. How about yourself? I'm very proud of what you got going on, man.
Man, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I know it's a lot to talk about, a lot going on in the world. So
Right,
I appreciate Mark Zuckerberg and uh, everyone that is letting us get these platforms and being able
right.
to, you know, a lot of stuff used to be hidden back in the day, but now, I mean, if you have the drive and motivation, you can release anything you really want to right now
Absolutely.
and film anything. Nothing is hidden anymore. So America's getting a wake up call with everything that we're seeing in the media. Nothing is hidden. So
Right.
yeah, man. So what you been up to today, man? What's going on?
Man, I just been I've been in the studio. I just got off the road earlier this week. So man, I'm just not getting back to my day-to-days as far as everything I got going on. You've been knowing me for a while, man, and watching me be able to grow with this music. And it's different for us, man, because like we was here before the social media wave, so we actually got to grow up in front of social media as far as musically and everything else we got going on, even to videos and things that we did back in high school. You know what I mean? So it's just been good to be able to grow in front of your people. You know what I mean? So, I just been in the studio doing music. I wear a lot of different hats these days, B. So I'm just trying to keep it all together. You know what I mean?
Man, and that's what always really amazed me about you. Like you mentioned, so many hats that you're wearing. Like you always had that drive and hustle mentality.
Right,
Every time I looked up, I mean, we could be chilling, talking, but you were on the job doing something.
right.
So, I mean, that's awesome. I've always looked up to that, man. And for you all that are
Likewise.
tuning in that may not heard of me or Malice, Malice, he has his own record label and
Right,
he gained a lot of attention in the city. It was even before social media was taken off.
right.
And so I hope you all listen to what he has to say. He's a very, very intelligent guy. I've spoken to him
Likewise.
on many occasions. Um, so yeah, so let's talk about your projects you have coming up and
Okay.
some of the things you've been working on.
All right, well, man, I'm actually got my second studio album, Far From Done. That's gonna be releasing very, very soon. I was gonna put it on my birthday, man, but I kind of got tired of with some sampling issues. So, and the COVID kind of put everything on a pause. I had a tour planned. I had a lot of different things in place to be able to where it was the rollout was gonna be beautiful, but I had to put things on pause due to that. So actually just been chilling, pausing, getting all the other day to days. Like I got a clothing line called Red Feather Pink Feather I've been working on. I got a few artists I've been trying to help get their R&B projects together. Me and my brother have been back in the studio working. I've been booking shows for artists like on my downtime. So I just really just been doing a lot. We're trying to elevate the culture and my brand. And I just kind of I got this internship at We Battle Radio, so I'll be kind of helping them out, bring different platforms to their platform and tell people about what they got going on, whether you do music or whether you got your independent business going on. Let's tap in and let's keep elevating the culture as far as from a whole all around the board. So yeah, I just got a lot going on. I've been doing that since really just while during the COVID situation. But once everything kick off and pick back up, I plan on putting the album out maybe around July the 4th and can go ahead and have everything in motion like I was doing with this. So man, I just been staying active with everything I do. And then, like I was in the school kind of dealing with the kids before the COVID went down. So I just try to be a good example in my community and be an example, man, and be that motivation because it's tough around here, man. Just trying to be somebody and make it from where we come from.
Yeah, and you've been great at that, putting things together, and that's like a great attribute of an entrepreneur, CEO, leader, is
Right,
to be able to put things together, have ideas, and just watch it flourish. And that's
right,
what I believe, and you can tell me if I'm right, has been really the fuel to your awareness, bringing awareness to your brand, is being able to get a lot of people involved, making a lot of noise, but through the ideas that you put together.
Right. And yeah, yeah, man. And I'm finna grab something to show you that really what keeps me afloat and over the years that keeps me. I mean, a lot of people think that, oh man, he make it look so easy. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Like if you look at it logically, like we started in 2007 when we got out of high school. So 10 years later of an active push, everything that I'm doing right now, I'm just getting the results of all the hard work I put in earlier on in my career and just fulfilling different things of that nature. So I've just once I commit to something, I believe in committing to excellence, and I really do believe in once you commit to something that you should really stand by that. And something that helps me along the way. Hey, stand back there with it. Something that helps you stand back here. Something that helps me along the way with what I got going on is a vision board, man. I'm always doing vision boards. So as you can see here, when I start my year off, I always start off with my plans and the year and everything that I want to accomplish amongst the year. So whether it be my goals, I break them down into it's 4 quarters in a year, and I try to accomplish 3 goals 4 quarters. So no matter what it is, I write it on the board so I can visually see it. And you see, I got down here focus, discipline, and brains. I really believe in it. Those are the things that it takes to be successful. And I got over here commit to excellence because I believe that you have to commit to something in order to be excellent. So you know what I mean?
So,
So all right, go ahead.
yes, commitment and vision. Those are two big things right there, because even in the scriptures, it says where there's no vision, the people will perish. And
Right.
once you're committed, I mean, if you have vision and you're committed, you have no choice, and be consistent. You have no choice but to be successful
Right.
by doing that. And so a lot of people don't do that, but a lot of successful people I see are writing down their goals, just
Absolutely.
like that. I mean, that's amazing, man. That
Yeah,
is
man. It's what really
awesome.
keeps me on track. It keeps me on track, man, and it's something that I do all the time that keeps me in it. And it's to where I don't have to wake up and think about it every day. Now I wake up and I move off of that because I see it every day. I keep it by my bed, so when I wake up, I see these goals. So, all right, true enough. We're in May, right? We're pretty much in June right now, but in my mind, I'm already in August in my
Yeah.
plan. So I'm already looking 3 months down the road with things. So I like to stay ahead of the curve.
Mm, mm. So has COVID-19 slowed you down any?
Yes, it has, man. Because like I said, I had a big tour, and man, I had a lot of different things. Like I said, I'm very active out here, and man, I really just try to be an outlet and a resource as far as somebody where we're from. I didn't build this thing up as far as musically to let it sit here. I built it up for it to be a solid foundation to stand on for after I could fulfill a management role after I was done with my career. So it's just been something I've been building up, and yes, it slowed it down as far as shows and really being able to move around and touch the people as far as with the music because you have to get out. You got to do press, and that's why I tell artists now it's about more than just putting out a CD. You got to do press. You got to do this. You got to do that. And I've been fortunate enough over the years to gain all of these resources, and now I've been sending artists to the radio stations, booking their shows, and doing this, that, and the third. B. And I know you can really, from where we started at, man, it's just been beautiful to be able to do these things, and that's what I'm here for, to be able to provide these services and give it back. You know what I'm saying? Pay it forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, you have that in you where you know how to network, you know how
Yeah.
to get the ball rolling on the ground, like
Right.
going to these radio stations. And people don't understand that there's multiple ways to drive traffic, like for
Yes.
example, to your music. So
Yes.
it's important to not just, a lot of people, my audience, they'll rely on Facebook ads or Instagram ads, which is wonderful, which is great.
Right.
But there's also tools to use, such as this podcast. There's tools such
Yes,
as
sir.
radio. There's tools
Sir.
uh like having a CD in your hand, talking to people, just being able to relate and talk to people. And the main thing is to get traffic, is to get attention to whatever you're doing.
Right.
Uh, so your music, you want your music to be nice, you want your product to be nice, you want whatever you're offering to be nice, and then use expertise such as like going to the radio station,
Right.
or however you do it on the ground, which is your
Right.
expertise, to get that noise. Because You
Right.
had the whole city playing your music
Right.
without Facebook, without Instagram, and because you were driving traffic manually, the way you know how to do it. So
Right. And I say that to say this, man. Like I try to tell everybody, even like yourself, you got a beautiful mind. I respect your mind and what you've been able to accomplish with doing it. And I say, like, man, it's just you got to be able to see, have clear visions, and be able to see what you want to do. And also, you got to put the work in, man. I'm a student of the game. Just the same energy I put into my music and rolling out a CD. I am out here uh, brushing shoulders with these DJs, connecting. I'm at showcases when I'm not performing. I'm booking shows for other artists, and I go and step in and just go and see what they got going on, just so I can stay fulfilled in the industry, know what I'm getting myself into. I always study, and just you got to become a master of your craft and creatures of good habits, not bad habits. You know, we all have both, but you gotta have the good ones. You have to be able to maintain those good ones, and that's what's gonna keep you grounded and doing what you need to do. You know what I mean? Everybody has purpose in life. You just gotta find yours. And I hate it, man. We're so young, and in the world we're growing up in, man, that a lot of people dying don't get to flourish into those people that they wanted to be, man. And I really thank God for patience, man, because if it wasn't for patience, my man, I would not be here today. Just being able to be here, man. You know what I mean? It's rough being, for one, and even touching on the things that's going on in the world, just being a young black man trying to find his way. I'm one that really waited. I had so many things that could have drove me this way, so many situations to where I could have got out here and chose to sell drugs. But also I'm a truck driver, so you know, I thought about, not that I ever thought about selling drugs, but it's tough for us, you know what I'm saying, just to make a living and do the things we do. We have to work extra hard. We got to keep our slate clean. We got to do certain things to be able to advance and make it to certain places in life. So, like with even knowing that, we have to work extra hard to keep everything in line, man, So
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
battle. It's tough every day.
yeah.
You got to wake
It
up.
is a battle, and you said something powerful right there. Is you said a lot of powerful things. So I want to start with this one. You said building good habits, starting good habits. I was reading a book, The Power of Focus, and it spoke about the power of building good habits. Um, Say, for example, you come in the house, you set your wallet down in the same place all the time, but you don't even realize where you set your wallet, but you set it there all the time. And
Right.
so once you start building these good habits in your life, it starts becoming second nature.
It's
Um, if you go to the gym every morning at 6 in the morning, it's going to be easy for you to wake up at 6 in the morning. You're not even going to think about it because you established that habit. So
yes,
you
sir.
constantly want to build good habits, and I heard it takes 21 days to build a good habit.
Yes, sir.
Um,
You better believe that.
and also, I want to hit on the fact that you said a lot of us don't get the opportunity to really flourish, and there's a lot of talent going on, but we can get caught up in the weeds of life that tangle us, and it doesn't allow us to cultivate those talents.
Right. And can I second something that you're saying there? And I really feel like this too, B. Like, okay, with us, I'm a person that thinks we're people that think outside of the box. I don't live within this matrix of the world. I live outside the matrix. I don't cherish any of these materialistic things we have. I don't cherish money really. These are tools that we have to get us from point A to point B. These aren't things we should cherish. We should cherish family, love, and I just had a birthday party, man, my 32nd birthday. And I didn't want nothing but to be around my family, man. It ain't the money that we get over the time, or the all of these things that we acquire over time, because when it's all said and done, when we get older, it ain't gonna be about that. It's about how you treated people, how
Mhm.
you know what I mean, what you gave back to the world, which is what goes back to my music. Back when I was younger, I lived an aggressive lifestyle, but out of being misunderstood, so my music was a little different. But over time, as my life started changing, the music changed. I grew, and the music had to grow with it, because I didn't want to be out here preaching a false message. I didn't want to be out here saying I'm doing this, but then I'm in the schools reading the kids, telling them to do something positive. But I'm out here doing the complete opposite. They just don't sit well with me and how it would be for me at the end of my career, because I look at a legacy here that I'm trying to build and leave. You know what I mean? Versus just putting out music or doing it. I'm doing this for a real purpose. I feel like I'm a person that embodies a person where I'm from. I try to represent us well. I try to, anywhere I'm at, just try to be a good example of somebody from Lebanon, Tennessee. You know what I mean?
Mhm. You are a good example, man. I've listened to your music. You know, we've been in this thing together for a while. You know, I've always looked and
Right,
grew up and looked at and seeing what you were doing. And you
right,
always tried to be that good example. You were
right,
going to visit the schools and talking to the young kids, and
right,
you you I don't know if you curse in real life, but I couldn't tell in your music because you just wanted to put out positivity all
right,
the
right,
time. So
right,
I noticed that about you, man. And a lot of people don't have that quality. They just want to do something that sells. They just want to make
right.
that hit that sells. But you're really digging deep and wanting to be an example, spitting out positivity, man. And I
Absolutely.
salute that, bro, for real,
Right.
for
Same
real.
to you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm looking forward to the new album. And
Yeah, man.
I want to shift gears. I know there's a lot going on in the world, and hopefully we can say something positive to shed light on what's going on with the protests, with the riots, um, everything that's going on in the world with the police. I mean, it's a lot going on, man. Um, it just makes you want to pray.
Yeah.
Personally, it just makes you want to break down and pray hard. Like it's COVID-19. We just had tornadoes here in Nashville. I mean, how do you? What do we need to do to be able to deal and cope with all this, man? What do you think?
You know what, man? The mind is a beautiful and powerful thing, man, and it takes so much work to be able to keep this thing in control and not move off of emotion like we want to at times. Sometimes you got to sit back and be still and let God do his work. I know we're angry and I can't say that I don't agree with some of the things that's going on. I don't agree with all. I'm kind of in the middle out of it. And I feel like it is a touchy subject. I was taught growing up to not see color growing up. But I'm reading this book called Powernomics right now. And it talks
Okay.
about, and it's crazy. I don't want to touch on just really being racism, but it is, let's deal with the situation at hand. And it pretty much talks about systematically how we were never supposed to win in this life. You know what I mean? How us as blacks were set back from a financial and economical standpoint. So it's like, how do we even, like through readings, how do we even like? And I look at my life like this: we're gonna live and we're gonna die. What we doing, what we can do in between that to change whatever or whatever we can leave, an impact we can leave on this world. I feel like that's what's important because you can't control what the higher power has already set. You know what I mean? You just gotta
Mm-hmm.
deal with the in between. So,
That's it.
and I just try to just keep it together and just keep a positive mindset no matter what's going on in life because I understand that we wasn't promised this life forever. We do gotta die one day, and that's why I just try to treat everybody good and take care of everybody, and just try to do my part as a civil citizen of this in America. But like I said, once again, I don't. Like protesting is a great thing, and I feel like it needs to be done, in the right way,
Mm-hmm.
because at the same time we are taking while we're burning all these things down, we are taking away jobs and businesses that people and things of that nature that people are going to need in the future. So like, how can we deal with this situation a little bit better than we're dealing with it? I get it. I'm angry too. It's hurtful. Like some of the stuff I seen in Atlanta last night where they tased the young man as he was just sitting in the car. Man, it left me thinking like, what's a man to do? You know what I mean? But
And I'm right there with you because it's so touchy, emotional subject that you may feel a different way once you're actually watching it. Like when you're
right,
sitting there watching it and seeing that man talking about he can't breathe, a spirit of anger, sadness will come up on you. And in life, we have emotions that come on us. It can be in a relationship or
right,
anything, and it makes us act sometimes out of character.
yes,
So the best thing is to try to control the emotion and
yes,
try to
sir.
think about the emotion and figure out it may be something out there in the world that we don't know about. Maybe we need to figure out how we can do a class action against that particular police department and sue
Right.
them, or some kind of way to really bring justice that I may not know the answer to.
I
It may
got you.
be some laws, some politics, and things going on that we have access to that we don't really know about.
Right.
But I mean, it is a terrible something has to happen, but I may not need to go throw a flaming cocktail through a courthouse or something in a whole other city, to make a change. That's not the answer. That's an
Yeah,
emotional. That's anger. That's just being in your emotion, acting in your emotions. And soon as we learn how to control our emotions and sit back and get educated on ways to really fight the power against us, uh, once we figure that out, we'll have a better outcome.
right,
And we can go as far as spiritually as well. A lot of people don't really agree with it because it's a lot of turn the cheek stuff
right.
situations. But you have to understand and have faith that vengeance is the Lord's.
Yes,
And
sir.
you can look at back in the people in Israel and Egypt, how they were enslaved for years. They
Right.
were set up. And our history, just to rewind, I don't want to throw us off a little bit, just
Now you
rewind.
good.
Our history doesn't begin with slavery. We were kings
Right.
and queens at one point in time. So as soon as we get out the mentality of thinking history began with slavery, we were way more than that before slavery. I
Right.
hear a lot of people say it's a white man's religion, Christian. This was way before all that. This was Middle Eastern, African culture. You know what I mean?
Right. And
So
you know what? I think it's breaking those barriers within your mind frame and what you feel like. Because when I feel like once you've traveled, once you've obtained a little bit of success, once you've seen things in your life, you won't maybe want to be so small. Like, and I'm not saying small minded, but once you get outside of your circumference and really get out and see some things, it changes your dynamics. Because I was once that young kid that was probably hopeless like my friends, but also at that same time, what made me get my act together is all my friends dying around me. I'm like, oh man, like I'm the only one left. Like I know I gotta get me together
yeah.
because it's just man. And then that's when I really started, like finding my purpose and really diving more into me and getting to know more who I am and going back to this too, man. And I was just talking to my brother about that last night. I'm like, bro, this is so crazy because it's almost on some monkey see monkey do. Whatever they see somebody else doing, they're going and doing. Just because they're doing it, you don't have to do that. Just because the world says go do this, just because they say they got the Jordans dropping at 12 o'clock on Foot Locker on this day, you got to run in line to get those. No, I've always been a go against the grain. If they're going that way, I'm gonna challenge that. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, they said that.
Mm-hmm.
He said that. He said that. Let me collect a good gathering of information of what all you guys said and put my own assumption on this and not just go with what or better yet, let me go read what you just told me so I can make sure it aligns. And then,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just we can't always take everything for at face value. We really gotta peel those layers back and really see what's going on.
Yeah, and I hope people get that. I hope people understand that. I hope this reaches someone that's maybe angry, upset,
Right,
emotional. It really takes time to not really see what's in front of you, what's carnal. You got to think about what's really going on and
right,
really take that view of things. Look at everything in a spiritual eye because everything's not what it seems. Um,
right, absolutely.
so another thing, what do we want to talk about? I want to talk about COVID-19. I know we're kind of steering away from it due to the media showing all the protests and riots and things. Are you wearing masks out? Are you wearing gloves and stuff? What's going on?
You know what? And I'm not gonna. I don't want to. I'm gonna be honest as I possibly can. My barber got on me too about the other day. He was like, "Man, you really should respect other people." I haven't because I've been having, but I've been social distancing anyway, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
really be around too many people. So, I haven't been, but I'm gonna work better to do that. But I have been very clean and washing my hands and doing this and sanitizing and things of that nature. But I do need to start wearing my mask more, and I am gonna practice better habits. But I haven't been.
And I'm gonna be transparent, man. When this thing first started, I was the one ordering the N95 mask, getting the toilet paper, especially with my wife, who was getting the toilet paper,
Right,
all the filling up the refrigerator. But I just, I had to take a step back. I was emotional. I was scared. The
right,
media was throwing all these things at me, and I was acting off of my emotion. And
right.
then after I sat back and really was thinking about everything, I'm like, man, people die of heart attack,
You feel
every
me?
car wrecks. I mean, it's so many ways to go up out of here. I'm not
Right,
gonna change. Well, I did change I do carry sanitizer everywhere. I changed
For
that.
sure.
I do carry sanitizer. If I shake your hands, it I think about I just shook your hand. I'm gonna put on that sanitizer.
Right.
I'm not gonna be in people's faces too much, but I quit wearing my mask probably about 2-3 weeks ago
I got
because
you.
there's research out there saying that. I mean, I know the N95 mask may prevent it or try, you know, eliminate your risk of getting
Right.
it, but a lot of times, I mean, that stuff. I mean, it can go in your eyes. If you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it.
Right.
You
And I
know
feel
what I'm
like I
saying?
feel like this too, man. Like everything comes down to about, like I said, even what they said when we put in our body, man, even to, having your mindset good, adapting a healthy lifestyle. Like I'm trying to get away from I've gotten away from eating a lot of fried foods. I want to say I'm almost going leaning more towards that vegan side of
Mm-hmm.
things, man. Like, cause with us being black and African American, high blood pressure, cholesterol, all these different things that helps us call all these sodas and fattening foods.
Yeah,
We got to really take care of our bodies and make sure we're eating our vegetables and all the things that we
right.
need to
That's
intake.
the
And I follow.
pandemic right there.
Right, right. You know what I'm saying? Like I
McDonald's,
definitely
Burger King, and Wendy's is the pandemic.
right, and I definitely try to follow. I've been studying a lot of Dr. Sebi. I got to meet Nipsey, man, about 5 years ago in Atlanta, man, and I've been studying him and following a lot of the things he had going on. Very brilliant, man, and I just love what he had going on and where he was trying to. And I always felt like this too, man, and I can really say this: if there was something along the way of my mission that could help save 5,000, 6,000 people or 100,000 people, and I had to be sacrificed to that, and it was really to that extent. I wouldn't mind doing it if it helped that many people. You know what I mean? And I'm
Hmm.
saying that out of the generosity of my heart because I care about people and I care about the world that much, and I am a humanitarian. I do care about the world and how can we make this thing work for all of us. We all got to be here. You know what I mean? How can we?
Hmm.
How can we do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And you'll be
So, and
blessed. You'll be
a
blessed
lot
doing
of it
it
is
like that.
classism too, man. It might not even be racism; it's classism at this point.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. You're absolutely right. Because I mean, if you have the money, man, you can go to one of these. You know how Dr. Sabi was healing people of the like
yeah,
AIDS and all kinds of. If you had the money, you can
sure,
go get healed. I was at a
right,
conference with I believe it was Damon John, and he was had someone that worked for him talking about how his wife got healed from cancer by going to this
right,
place and doing all these. Uh, it's not clicking in my head right now, but the natural healing. But
right.
yeah, I mean, it's about classism. You look at the neighborhoods that are in the lower poor class areas. What do you see? The same
Right.
thing: advanced cash, liquor store.
Liquor store,
I mean,
Popeyes.
Popeyes. I mean, it's all classism, man. It's all
Right.
classism. But like you said, if you have a vision, if you stay consistent, and you can get out of whatever class you're in.
Yes,
I
you can.
truly believe that. It's about education. It's just about knowledge. And our school system, they're not telling us what we need to know. We just have
Right.
to seek the knowledge with books, and that's why I thank
Yes.
God. I thank Mark Zuckerberg, whoever created YouTube, because if you think of a subject you want to learn about and stick and just learn it and sit there and
Yeah.
learn it and then start implementing, taking action, things just start changing.
Yeah, you got to be a gluten for knowledge, man. You know it's so crazy. All the things I hated in high school, be man, I love now. I love reading books, bro. I probably done read like 12 books this year. You know what I mean? So, man,
Mm-hmm.
I'm an avid reader. Like it helps with my vocabulary. It helps for so many different phases in your life. It helps stimulate your mind. It just does so much for the body. Period. So, I really believe in reading. I still feel like education is very important. You know what I mean? In
Yeah.
self education, like a lot, I feel so rich in information. Like if you don't have anything else, and I just could start life over with information, I'll be
Yeah.
successful off of what I know and what you can do with time. That's how you have to look at things. We're still pretty young. Even everybody in our age bracket. If you feel like that your life is over or you can't change things, look at all these women out here with 3 kids and even kids that less than that that's doing entrepreneurship things. They got businesses, so there's no excuse for anybody. My mom raised 4 kids and still managed to get us here, and so I'm really a non-excuse type person either because I give everything 110%. We all got the same 24 hours, so I even hate when people say or jealousy and envy, man. We can all do this. There's enough opportunity for everybody in the world for the same things that you're doing. Other people can do the same things I'm doing. People can do. You just got to put your mind to it and keep it there, and be self-disciplined. Self-discipline is one of the things that's gonna get you there too, man. Ooh, you gotta have that self-discipline.
Yeah, you hit it right there. You hit it right
You
there.
got
That's
to.
that's one of the roughest things to do is really to sacrifice because
Yes.
basically discipline is sacrificing. You want to sacrifice eating fried chicken and greasy stuff. You know, you got to sacrifice if you want to be healthy. You got to sacrifice if you want to be successful.
Yes, sir.
So it's really about that self discipline aspect. So let's dig deep, man.
Okay.
How would let's say how do you practice self discipline?
Well, for one, man, I gotta at this point in life, man, I got too many things to do and accomplish. And last year, reflecting on, when I turned 32, I was on my way back home from driving. I had a long 10-hour drive, and I was just sitting and reflecting on the way back, like things that transpired in my life all year, good and bad, people that was in my life, people that exited. So I always look at things like, okay, what during the good points, what was going on, and during the bad points, what was going on. Certain people I needed to stay away from. So it's a lot of keeping your circle, keeping a great solid foundation and support system around you, and knowing how to weave out the people that don't need to be there, that don't give you that good energy, that don't support you, that don't build you up. Man, let's forget going to a club all the time. Let's come up with a business plan. Let's come up with a solution. Let's come up with something to where we can help this ecosystem that we live in. You know what I mean? Like, let's help change the world. It's already enough of that. All these other things are gonna be here before us and after us. You know what I mean? So don't get caught up in the club. That's gonna be here. Worry about how old you are and what you can accomplish and what you can cover within how long you're gonna be here. Because we don't know. We can leave here tomorrow, but hey, I feel like if we did, we left the world with a great bit of information and some great insight on some things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what do you say to people like for example, I worked in the prison for a while and the
Mm-hmm.
thing that I saw that and prison is nothing but high school or the military type mentality. They have your
Right.
cliques, your groups. You can end up in the wrong group. You know what I mean? So, what do you do? Because I had a guy ask me. I mean, he was just saying like the people that he was around kept him from doing good. So
You know
say
what?
yes. So
I
say go
go ahead.
ahead.
Now you go ahead. I'm listening
Yeah. So say you're stuck in a group. How do you? Because they're your friends, they're your people, your boy. How do you separate yourself? How do you say I can't hang around them because it's just
Well,
leading me?
well, you know what? For one, I got too much to do, man, and I'm doing my even a lot now. Like a lot of things I'm doing, and it ain't about being this and that. Anybody around me, like if you're not, I'm a push person, and I want to see my people doing good. So if you're not on that wavelength, or you're not doing that anyway, I don't feel like we're gonna even be able to mix. And I don't like small talk. I don't get that. I don't understand it. I need something with some depth. So like
Mhm.
I don't hang around like if we're not on that same, if you're not on a positive upward plane, like I really can't get down anyway. But I still go around and hang around. But I just listen how much time I spend. Like
Yeah.
things have been so crazy lately. Like I look at it like, man, even friends I used to spend 3 hours with. Even you, bro. We don't got I ain't got 3 hours to spend with you no more, bro. You know what I mean? We got
Yeah.
some things we trying to accomplish in life. So
Yeah.
we gotta manage time management. That's what it's
That's
about.
it.
We have to manage time with everything. So learning, like I said, learning to know who to deal with, who is food and who ain't. Like who do
Mhm.
you benefit from? Like, not even from a financial standpoint, but whose energy is good, who do you learn things from? I like to keep those people around. And even growing up, I never followed the crowd. I was always a person that I feel like it take power to stand alone. So I always one that stood on my own and went my own way. I never, if they was all doing this, I'm gonna do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against it. I just always wanted to. I'm gonna challenge the situation.
And I'm gonna break down what you said for our audience. There's too much to do in the world right now. I mean,
Too much.
it's too much things we could be doing to better ourselves as a people, as a community, than to be sitting around getting blayed out drunk, smoking every Friday, Saturday. I mean, it's too much stuff. And if you don't have anything to do, if you're not busy, then get some business. It used to be get a life, but nowadays get some business. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because we have so many opportunities that our parents didn't even have. I mean, we don't have to be laid up in a factory 12, 13 hours. And we saw what that did to our parents. I mean,
Right.
it'll drive you crazy, stress, lead you to drinking, just coming home. I mean, if you're stuck somewhere in a situation you don't want to be in, learn something.
Right.
There's so many things out there. I mean, I'm
Right.
looking right now, a venture I'm looking in is buying multi-family apartment buildings with
Dope. I
no
like
money
that
down.
idea, man.
With no
Yeah.
money down. And
Right.
there's ways to do that, just getting people together. There's companies out there. I follow Grant Cardone. He has a company. If you find a deal,
Yeah.
you
For
present
sure.
it to him. I mean, it's so many things to do,
Yeah.
so much business out here
Right.
that I mean, there's ways to learn
And
and
and and
implement.
play for the long game, man. Us as black people, as us and people as general, we make up 13% of the world. So us as black people, man, like it's crazy, man. We spent how many ever billions on hair weave and this and that, man. Invest in some stocks, play for the
Yeah,
long game. Me, I don't
yeah,
care about it right now. Since I've been driving trucks for about 5 years, whatever, 5 years or whatever. I ain't by myself, nothing new, and it ain't about because I can't afford it or none of that. I want real things later on. It ain't about right now. I might want to buy them apartments later on. I might want to buy this and that. I might want to go cut the ribbon down on that building. I care about assets and things of that nature. So it's not
yeah,
really about the right now for me. It's about 45, 50. I want to be able to sit down and be able to enjoy my life, not be working all my life. I don't care about all the nicest things. I done had that
yeah,
Gucci, Louis, Polo, all of that. You can keep
yeah,
getting it. Go get you
yeah,
some land, go get you some assets, go get you some stocks and things of that nature. I deal with the stock market a little bit. I got stock in Apple, Target, Walmart, things like that, but low risk, high reward things that pay off 10, 15 years from now. I don't really get into things that I don't know too much about or there's gonna be way out of margin. You know what I mean?
yep, yep. And so,
So we just
I,
gotta experiment.
yeah, that's it. That's it. Keep trying stuff. And like you said, a good quality that you have is patience. See,
Yes.
a lot of people they don't want to put in the work or pay the
Delayed
cost.
gratification.
Yeah, they don't want to pay the cost. You know what the cost is? The cost is problems. The cost
Yeah.
is trying something and failing. See, like you said, a lot of things people are just looking in front of them. Failure is nothing tangible you can't touch. Money is
Facts.
something tangible that people can see, and but
Facts.
you pay the cost with trying, failing, trying, failing. That's how you pay the cost, and knowing how to take it in the face, like,
Right.
yeah, give it some more. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. All right. And
And
just
you know
keep
what's
moving
important,
forward.
B? You know what's important, my man? I look at it like this, like a lot of people are, like, you have to be like going back to self-discipline and things. We live in a very fabricated world, man, and I'm not of this. It's a lot of stuff you can see you can get to get you side distracted. It's a lot of beautiful women, men and women. It's a lot of beautiful everybody. It's a lot of beautiful everything in this world. So you got to be disciplined enough not to get caught up into that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It ain't the money that make you. I'm so glad that my principle and my morals is not based off of money, man. Like
Yeah.
I can leave if nothing had to do with money or anything, I'm still the person I am because I built what I'm doing off of something that's real, not off of me being this person and me doing this. Now I teach those kids because that's what somebody helped me get to those levels. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy giving back because somebody helped me get to these certain levels. So you just pay it back forward.
You got to
And
enjoy
these are
your
things.
journey. You got to enjoy your
Right,
journey in life.
right,
It's like you said, success does not have to equate to happiness. I mean, financial
right.
or monetary, anything like that.
Yes,
Success equates to happiness. That's what we need to do in our society is have more happy people because
yes, sir.
everybody's angry, stressed out, just not being happy, and I mean, just getting in debt. I mean, we need to try to be happy and do
Right,
what you love to do, and don't be scared to fail and keep
right.
going once you fail.
And we
Um,
don't got enough people that's you know what I hate about our town in particular too, my man. Not hate, because that's a strong word. You know what I
mm,
dislike about our community or
what's that?
communities across the world? Everybody a prestige, let's change, let's change, let's change. But are you really making a change after you shut that camera phone off? Are you really out here doing something positive? Or are you going back to them same things that you said you wasn't gonna do? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? It's cool. We all fall short of the glory of God, but are you really being that person you say you are top to bottom? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Being a
Yeah.
great man, there's not enough great men in our communities and lead, and they get so caught. And it's hard. We can all get caught up in chasing that dollar, trying to have
Yeah.
more of this and that. That it shouldn't be about that. We should
No.
slow down, and that's what I can appreciate about the quarantine. It's made me
Yeah.
closer to my family. It made me slow down and be like, well, man, stop trying to worry about working. My mom always used to tell me, son, you don't gotta always worry about that. Spend some time, sit down and chill, and worry about your family. And I understand what she mean by that now because look at the way the world is going now, man. If this thing slow down tomorrow, then look at the time we've been able to spend with our families and things of that nature. So
That's what's
it ain't.
important.
It's about balance, man. You're having a balance in life. You ain't always gotta. It shouldn't be about having the most money or this and that. Have some balance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I mean that's what it's about: relationships,
Yes, sir.
family, slowing down. Uh,
Yeah.
so that's a good thing that happened during this COVID-19, and COVID-19 really exposed a lot of injustices in the financial system, and like you said, classism and things like that. It
Right.
really exposed a lot of things. That why do our kids have to depend on school lunches? Like these moms and dads are working their tail off. I mean, something has to happen. I believe a lot of people are just upset about life.
Yeah, and you know what? It's about the decisions that they made because I even look at it like this. You know what? I thank God that I didn't go get in a hole. Like I've always been a person that live below my means and kind of deprive myself because of what I want to do later on in life. But I'm so glad that I haven't accumulated a lot of bills and things that had me stressed out during this thing. I'm able to monetize everything I got going on, and but it also made me appreciate what my granddaddy used to tell me, grandson, save your money always. If you can't buy it 3 times, you don't need it. If you can't buy
Mm-hmm.
it, period, don't get it. And I really try to live off of that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And even doing music, it's an expensive lifestyle. So I have to live within a certain to be able to afford these things. So, and I like to be able to do things. So that's how we should look at life. Sometimes we wonder, are we broke? But are we really broke? How much did you spend on eating? How many times did you eat out today? How many packs of cigarettes did you buy? How many times drinks did you buy at the bar this weekend? If you
yeah,
take away all of that, we got some money. Nah, we
yeah,
ain't broke. It's the
yeah,
way we spent the money. You
yep,
know what I mean?
yep, yep. Minimalism. That's what we got to focus on. It's
We do.
minimalism. With your car or anything,
Yes.
you have to practice that minimalism. Um, so yeah, man. Let's switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
I want to make sure we hit a lot of marketing, branding,
Okay.
business topics. So I
Gotcha.
know we discussed a little bit about going to these DJs and stuff. What kind of online marketing? Are you doing any online marketing right now? You so good at offline. Like, do you do
You know
any
what?
online?
Yeah. Man, I like to get hands in hands, so I'm still actively both. Like even when I'm away from social media, if you see that green dot on my list thing, you know what I mean? I'm working and I'm probably socializing with my friends, but best believe I'm probably tapping in with DJs and really trying to. I'm always trying to find the next out resources. So yeah, I do a lot of online marketing still. This year once I drop my album, I'm gonna try to get a billboard. I got a interview with DJ Smalls, Dirty Glove off the porch. So I got a lot of different things, and I was able to do BET pre-show last year. So my career is definitely elevating, and it's hard probably for people from our town to really see it because I'm still right here. But things is really happening in a real way. You know what I mean?
That's
You
awesome,
know?
man. That is awesome, man. I know you're doing it on the ground, man.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
you are. I found a love for online marketing. I started my company, Sharp and Clicks, man. So
yeah. It look
I,
good, man. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you. And I want to get with you about, getting on LinkedIn and
Yeah,
TikTok because those are popping right now. LinkedIn and
got you.
TikTok, you get so many organic views. I mean, it's
Right,
wild, and YouTube, of course. And I mean, you're the king at organic type. You don't
right,
really have to pay for your advertisement because you're so on the
right,
ground. And
right.
so I mean, I'll get with you, man. We'll talk offline,
For
get on
sure.
TikTok, LinkedIn, get some
Okay.
stuff going,
Absolutely, man. I'd love to do that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Are
Maybe
you
come,
on it?
maybe come home and co-host with you sometime, an episode or two every now
You
and then.
already know. You already know, man.
You
You
know,
already know.
for
All
sure.
right. Do you got an Instagram?
Yeah, my Instagram is Miles88, man. My Facebook is Miles Huddleston. SoundCloud Miles Huddleston. And pretty much everything Miles Huddleston and Miles88 you can find. You can put that in on Google and find all my music and everything linked in.
All right.
I got 4 or 5 videos out on YouTube. I did like 13 interviews last year. You find all of that on my YouTube page. Man, so I'm just out here working, man. I'm just trying to help elevate the culture, help people, you know, get understand, I guess in a way more or less who they are. Bring those. I see things in people that they don't see in themselves sometimes. So I'm always trying to bring that out. Those talents, bringing those out of people. You know what I mean?
You do good at that, man. Like we mentioned earlier, like you
Right.
are good at putting stuff together,
Right.
cultivating people's talents. I
Right.
mean, having a label like that early, like in life, I
Right.
mean, you really had a mind to put stuff together that a lot of people didn't have. So
For sure.
that's
Likewise,
awesome.
same to you, man. Hey, man, I remember, man. We did our first project together. Way back in high school. So it was
Yes,
the days, man. There was the days, man. Look at us now,
I
man.
remember in my fresh shades. I
Right,
remember,
right.
bro.
You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So all of Malice's links will be in the description in my show notes. I recently got accepted on Apple, so the show will be on
Dope.
Apple in a
Oh
day or
man,
two. Spotify,
that's
everywhere we'll
dope.
post links. Also, I have a link to where you can get on the mailing list. That way, you get notified of upcoming shows coming up. We want to keep this thing going, bring awareness to
Yes,
our
sir.
lives, what's going on in the world, marketing, business, everything to bring traffic, grow your business, everything like that. So I appreciate you, Malice, man. Is there
No
anything
problem, man.
before we leave, man? I know you mentioned a book. Is there any book you recommend our listeners get?
Man, it's actually a few of them. I like the Steve Harvey think like act like success, think like a success. I love a bunch of the Grant Cardone books. This Powernomics book is very good, man. Any book you can pick up, self help wise, anything, man, is always anything informative. If it's always good for your life. So, man, that's one of my favorite things to do. Instead of going to the club, man, you just grab me a book or let me go to the bookstore and catch up and have some coffee and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
different now, so and I love knowledge, man. I like being able to just learn. I used to think that, and it's crazy because I didn't graduate high school not because I was a bad not because I wasn't smart because of who I was hanging around at the time, but I was able to go back and take care of all of that. And now I'm still I almost got my associates in college, so just the strides I've been able to overcome to get back to these certain levels in life, man. And even from even hating reading to loving it now, So I'm just trying to grow in every aspect, be the purest, and get to the highest level within me that I can.
And that's what you do, bro. That's what you do
Yeah.
best. If you
Right. I
don't
mean,
know, if y'all don't know, family, y'all listen to a true blue hustler. I know this guy since kindergarten.
like
He is
hey,
a
vice versa.
true blue hustler. I hope you listen to what he said, the advice, and stay tuned. We got more coming for you in the
Yes,
future.
sir.
I appreciate you all listening, man. I appreciate you
Thank
coming
you,
on,
B.
Alice.
Yeah, thank you, man. Take care of yourself. We're gonna
You as
catch up.
well, man. Y'all take it
All right.
easy.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.